10 creepiest video game urban legends. 10. Lavender Town Syndrome. In February 1996, Pokemon Red and Green for the Nintendo Game Boy was released in Japan to wide acclaim. However, not everything about its release was quite so positive. Allegedly, around the same time as the game's release, there was a noticeable rise in children committing suicide or falling ill. The legend states that this was caused by the music played in the game when the protagonist reaches Lavender Town. The Lavender Town theme is believed to have featured extremely high frequencies which were only detectable by younger gamers. These frequencies cause headaches, self-harm and mental illness in those who played the game, ultimately leading to an estimated 200 children killing themselves. The story concludes by saying that due to the scandal, the Lavender Town theme was later changed by developers Nintendo to a lower tone, and in the Western version, the music was changed completely. 9. Squall is dead. Final Fantasy VIII is considered a classic in the long-running Japanese franchise, however the plotline is not without rumour. At the end of the first disc, protagonist Squall squared up to the evil sorceress Edea on a parade float. So far, so Final Fantasy. However, during this battle, Edea sends a shard of ice flying through the air and into Squall's chest, causing him to stumble and fall off the float, ending the duel. Yet when Disc 2 starts up, Squall appears alive and unharmed. The legend goes that everything that happens in the game after this is Squall's dying brain attempting to process information before it runs out of oxygen. To add to this theory, the finale features a series of scenes that flash before the player's eyes. These include blurred out details, the battle with Edea itself, and for a brief moment, an image of Squall with his face missing. The legend states that his brain is close to death and therefore forgetting his own image. 8. Polybius. In 1998, a post on the website coinop.org stated that in 1981, a new addictive video game was installed in a Portland, Oregon arcade called Polybius. Polybius proved popular, however players soon began complaining of nausea, headaches and nightmares after spending time playing the game. Soon after, the Polybius cabinet was visited by strange men in black who allegedly analysed unknown and unauthorised data gathered from the players. In 2013, the website Skeptoid conducted an investigation into whether Polybius actually existed. They found that while there was no record of any game called Polybius in or around Portland in 1981, there were 2 cases of gamers collapsing with headaches and stomach pains on the same day. 10 days later, federal agents raided video arcades throughout the Portland area in an attempt to break up a gambling racket operated by arcade owners. To prepare for this operation, undercover agents had indeed investigated arcade machines to try and collect evidence. While Polybius may not be true, the seeds of the legend were based in reality. 7. Morrowind's mod. Morrowind is the highly popular and critically acclaimed third installment in the Elder Scrolls franchise. Yet that hasn't stopped people making their own mods for the game. One mod called JVK1166Z.ESP at first appeared to do nothing except corrupt the game. However, when run through an MS-DOS emulator, the game takes a sinister tone. Major NPCs immediately died, their corpses littering the game. The remaining characters would appear briefly and only say "watch the sky." The player's health would be draining constantly and dungeons would start displaying images from your computer. The mod didn't just affect the game though, it took control of your whole machine. Finally, a long-limbed character called the Assassin would appear who would hunt the player and shriek in a piercing tone. The game screen would slowly become darker and darker until nothing could be seen at all. According to one player who allegedly played the mod, he began to dream and then hallucinate about the Assassin. 6. Kill Switch. A company called Carvina Corp is believed to have released a game called Kill Switch in 1989. The game followed the story of Porto, a human woman, and Ghast, an invisible demon, as they attempt to unravel the mystery of the mine they find themselves trapped in. There was a sinister twist, however. Once played, the game wiped itself completely, preventing the game from being played ever again. As only 5,000 copies were produced, so the legend goes, this has led to brand new cartridges being extremely valuable. In 2005, Yamamoto Ryuichi bought a copy of the game for $733,000 with the intention of broadcasting the playthrough on YouTube. Yet to date, Ryuichi has only posted one 2-minute long video of himself crying before the character selection screen. The legend suggests that the game sends people mad. However, it's most likely false, as the earliest mention of any game from that period called Killswitch comes from a now abandoned website called Invisible Games, which deals in creepypasta about fictional games. 5. Pokemon Black. Pokemon Black was released as a companion to Pokemon White in 2010. However, before that, there was another Pokemon Black, a far more sinister and twisted version. The legend states that an unnamed man was digging around a flea market in 2005 when he came across a version of Pokemon Red which was pure black. The game played as normal to begin with Professor Oak giving you the usual choice of 3 starter Pokemon and a 4th one called Ghost. Ghost was level 1 and capable of only one attack, Curse. Every battle played the same. The opponent was too scared to move, allowing Ghost to cast Curse. Once cast, the screen would go black and the distorted scream of the defeated Pokemon would play. This could even be cast on the trainer themselves, ultimately killing them. If you survived, Ghost would appear at the end and battle you. The screen faded to black, and on rebooting the Game Boy, the save file would be wiped clean. 4. Sonic.exe. Everyone knows Sonic the Hedgehog as the bright and colourful Sega mascot, but creepypasta author JC the Hyena had other ideas. The legend went that a man known only as Tom received in the mail a CD from his missing friend Kyle, accompanied by a note telling him to destroy it. However, Tom played the CD to find a heavily modded version of Sonic the Hedgehog. The blue sea was now an ocean of red blood. The sky was overcast and Sonic himself had glowing red and bleeding eyes. As he played the game further, it appeared that Sonic was violently torturing and murdering the inhabitants of the game. Eventually, the game began communicating with Tom, asking whether he wanted to play a game of hide and seek and addressing him by name. The more Tom played, the more it became clear that Kyle had been sucked into the game by Sonic, another victim to be toyed with, tortured and murdered by the Hedgehog with the demon eyes. 3. Herobrine. First released in 2011, Minecraft has become a global sensation. It has sold over 106 million copies and cost Microsoft $2.5 billion when it was bought in 2014. Yet if a post on 4chan is to be believed, the simple block building game hides a dark and sinister secret. In 2011, a post on the popular online bulletin board mentioned a blank-eyed character walking around his single-player world and deforesting the map. After his post was deleted from the message board a few times, he received a message from a fellow user called Herobrine with one word: stop. It turns out Herobrine was the gamer tag of the brother of Minecraft's lead developer Marcus Pearson, aka Notch. When pressed on the issue, he allegedly said that he did have a brother, but he had died. Since then, people have built and expanded on the legend, insisting there is a character called Herobrine haunting the game. 2. Ben Drowned. In 2010, another 4chan user called JadUsable claimed to own a haunted copy of the classic N64 game Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. JadUsable bought what he thought was a brand new game from an elderly gentleman, but when installed into his console, he found only a saved game called Ben. When JadUsable attempted to start a new game, the NPCs continued to call his character Ben. When the saved game was deleted, the NPCs just ignored him altogether. A later post by his alleged former roommate stated that JadUsable was slowly sent mad by this game. 1. Pale Luna. Pale Luna is a text-based adventure game which required gamers to input commands in order to progress through the story. Yet, unlike other text-based games, Pale Luna appeared to crash if anything other than the correct command is entered, leading many people to dismiss the game as a broken and buggy product. One player, however, Michael Nevins, wasn't going to be put off. After 6 hours of trial and error, Nevins reportedly got through to a congratulations screen and a set of coordinates. Being nearby, Nevins allegedly set off to the park where the coordinates were to investigate. When he dug at the point indicated, he uncovered the decomposing head of Karen Paulson, an 11-year-old girl who had gone missing a year and a half before. The developer of Pale Luna was never traced, and the rest of Karen's body was never found. So there you have 10 creepy video game urban legends. Have you heard of any other more disturbing ones? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, we can guarantee you'll like this one as well.